Hello everyone, welcome to Ultimate Diecast. Bit of a twist on my normal kind of video today. Normally I'll do a little bit of everything video or a green light duo with a cop car chaser. Today I'm doing sort of a mail call hybrid video. You could almost call it a couple of gifts from Andrew of New York State with the Mercury Cougar chaser, because there are heaps of Mercury Cougars to show you. I'll mix them all in to the general population of cars to show you. I'll try and keep it random to keep my own interests sky high. Always makes for a more interesting video. But first I'll go with this because I do have some cameos to my right, as promised in the initial mail call video from Andrew. I said I'd compare this baby with a Tomica police car of the same ilk. This is Error Car 35. Oh no, this is Error Car number 35. I'm almost entirely unfamiliar with this brand, so it's good to get my filthy little mitts on one. Been to Japan, and that is very accurate to their police force livery, although I think I've got a photo of this particular car actually outside a police station. I don't like to linger outside police stations, and actually when I do find myself in that situation, my wife gives me a few 100 yards just in case I'm apprehended. She can hide behind a postcard stand or something. USA Limited. That's interesting. So no way I'd ever get hold of this baby unless a friend like Andrew obliged. Nissan GTR R35 Japan police car. I've massacred all of these, so you don't have to watch me massacre my hands with a pair of scissors or a knife. Still a bit of noise to put up with, but that's life, isn't it? There's always something to put up with. Really cool boxes from Error Car. They're a bit like, well, there are a couple of brands that do these boxes now. So if you're a collector of the packaging, you get the additional benefit of the box inside the packaging, or if you're a destroyer of packaging, you get the best of both worlds. Now, the product. Do we have an opening part? It looks like. Maybe not. I'm not altogether fussed about opening parts, and when you finally get something like this open, you see why, but I'm in two minds whether that is in fact an opening part. I'll leave it. The doors also kind of look like they open, but I'm sure they don't. Gee, do they? I'm going to try now. Oh, they do. Look at that. I should watch more YouTube videos on these things, because I'm sure it's been on another YouTube channel. As I open the passenger's door, why would I do that? I don't want to snap off the rear view mirror trying to get that open, just to prove that there is a steering wheel in there. I think I just launched the driver over my shoulder. One moment please. Oh dear. The driver's... one moment. And we're back. Hello. Or should I say, konnichiwa. I wonder what they say when they say you're under arrest in Japanese. Nifty trick, if you don't want to destroy your precious car by shoving your dirty great finger into that area, just push it open from the other side. We'll close the passenger's door, and we'll try and get the poor lady that I launched over my shoulder out. She looks delicate. Maybe shove her from the inside as well. Ooh, she flexed. Okay. I need tweezers. I don't think I should do this on camera. Get in there, love. Watch your knees on the steering wheel. Oh dear. Oh dear. How much have you had today? Poor kid. Get in there. Look at that. Tired on the job. Alright. Mind your hands. Look at that. I'm sure there's a more dignified way to do that. Can you see her? No promotion for her today. She's fallen asleep. I don't think they lunch in their cars, do they, patrol officers? Maybe they do. But the reason I went through all that is to compare the Tomica. Now, I know this has opening doors because it's Tomica and they do a fantastic job. No little human. Are these exactly the same? I think I just... That wheel has popped up into the rear arch. Maybe it was my thuggishness, but we'll forgive it for now. Let's see. Got to keep track of which is which, because unless I flip it up, it's not 100% obvious. Oh, of course, the Tomica has the obviously opening doors, whereas the Era car, you would easily mistake that for a non-opening part. And I'm sure the bonnet opens too, but we'll give that one up. Not bad, not bad at all. At some angle it looks like that window on the right is down, but it's just very clear and very thin when you twist it. Or to my angle, not sure what you're seeing. Yeah, there you go. You can see that glare, but fascinating. You get rearview mirrors on the Era car, very accurate mirrors too. Really nice. So that is the scratch itched, or the itch scratched. Take your pick. I'll forgive it that because I think I did that, and I'll straighten that out before it goes into the collection, so I won't hold that against it. Both good looking cars. Stunning. I love the light bar. It's almost a boomerang light bar. Sweet. So there you have it. That's Tomica on the left and Era car on the right. Era car with plastic human. Nice. Right, we're going to put that over there. We're going to put him off screen. Tomica, by the way, does a whole bunch of these. That's what they do. I have a fleet of pretty much everything I'm about to show you. Is that. Didn't quite understand what that is. That's sort of your breakdown assistance type thing. I saw those in Tokyo. No, I saw that in Nagasaki. Didn't see any in Tokyo like that. And that's Tomica old school with the comical positioning of the steering wheel, but that seemed to be a Tomica thing. And latest stuff, very accurate to the locals. And what else? Oh, the taxi, of course. You can't go through life without a fleet of these things, with the rear door opening on command from the driver, no less. And of course the latest again. But they're the field invaders. We're not here to talk about Tomica. So I'll pop that over there and move right along. You can tell I've had 4 coffees, can't you? Gary Mills 1970 Chevrolet Camaro. Don't know who Gary Mills is. I wasn't born in 1970, but gee, I love this car. Detroit Speed Incorporated, Series 2, I presume it's Series 2 of the Detroit Speed Incorporated. I have massacred everything today, although it's no guarantee I won't injure myself opening them. There's the back, if you're interested. They don't last long around here. I'm under instruction to open everything. That was the letter Andrew sent me with this incredibly large haul. But I read the letter before I opened the... I had a toothpick here somewhere. Here it is. I read the letter incredibly before I ripped everything open, and the request was open everything, which isn't really a problem in my studio. I like to open everything anyway, but occasionally I come across something I just can't bring myself to rip open, and then it's only a matter of time, isn't it? So rubber tyres on all green lights, metal base, and usually one opening part. Here it's the bonnet, or two opening parts of it's the doors probably. But great looking car, lovely colour. Those wheels look awesome in their 70s-ness. And matte black roof to set off the go faster stripes. Fantastic looking car. Magic. Not to scale maybe? Probably not. And the first Cougar of the day, 1967 Mercury Cougar RX-7 Trans Am Racer in the Running on Empty Series Golf livery. Anything with this livery looks like it should be dirty, because they are race cars and they seem to be famous for being dirty, in my mind anyway. From racing, the Le Mans races, they get filthy after so many hours zipping around with all the fumes and the debris. The amount of rubber that flies off a race car's tyres going around corners is phenomenal. If you've ever been to a live race and you've hung out near the bend of a corner or a bend of a racetrack, you'll appreciate that. Oh dear, I should learn. Don't open the damn things. Did not like the sound of that one little iota. So have a look. Oh man. Oh, it's like cracking your knuckles. But fantastic livery, Mercury Cougar on the side. Man, what a colour scheme. Lens tail lights, look at that. Sweet. And I think we'll carry on with another Cougar, because we can. This is 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. Eliminator being the drag strip version. Sounded so mean, didn't it? That's the back. Did I? Oh, yes, I did. I was sure I took a blade to everything before I started the camera, and doesn't always work. Oh, love the colour of this thing too. This is another green light, in case you missed it. This is the GL Muscle, so Green Light Muscle series in the Cougar Eliminator. I should keep more packaging than I do, because when I'm going through the cars on a random day where I just need a bit of a cheer up, that's what I do around here. I'm sure you do it too. You want to escape back to your own little happy place, and you just go to your collection, and they do the trick every time, don't they? But I should keep more of the packaging, because I forget exactly what I'm looking at, and you look at the bottom of a lot of these cars and they just don't help you out much. So never really a stickler for detail, but when you see the difference in the years here, there are clear differences, and some are because this is an Eliminator. But see that fold in the metalwork, and the one on the right doesn't have it. So clear body style differences. We'll spin this round so we see the back. Fantastic. One of the ones I opened of Andrew's mail call box was this one. So we'll compare those two. One's Eliminator, one's not. One on the right's clearly more similar to the Golf livery, but lovely bunch of cars. This one looks heavier because of that fold in the metalwork, I think. And another Cameo that's the same colour scheme of the one my father had. That's why I have such a fascination for the Cougar. But the one my father had actually had the fold in the metalwork, so I'm not exactly sure what year his was. But yeah, and his didn't have the tacky 50 on the door. That would look silly. So that's Hot Wheels for you. But yeah, great. And what else? Should we go LAPD? Not LAPD, NYPD. The 1987 GMC Sierra K2500 in the NYPD series. Statue of Liberty in the background. And the Cityscape 2. Send me your huddled masses. And I'll arrest them with this. No, I'll tow their car with this. Yep, what else? Nothing much. Nothing much. Let's just open it and have a good old look. I'm home alone today, which is not completely out of the norm, but hasn't happened for about a week. It's always nice to be home alone when you're not normally. Have I learnt yet? Yes, I have. I'm not opening the bonnet today. Oh, wow. Gee, that's a unexpected level of detail on that hitch. It doesn't wind up or down, but that's really unusual these days to have something that delicate. Clearly not a toy, is it? Or if it is, that certainly wouldn't last long. I've got the, who's he going to shove? He'll shove the Camaro. Feels like sacrilege banging two cars together. But, yeah, wow. So famous, isn't it? NYPD. Imagine getting shoved by one of these, by anything really. I'm sure they'll let you know before the contact happens, but incredible looking vehicle. We'll put that next to the Golf livery, I think. It'll stand out. Notice I didn't shove a Cougar with that. And what else? Let's go. Well, let's go this one. The second I saw this, I wanted to open it, but I knew I had so much material now for Ultimate Diecast. I thought I'd hold off because I originally showed Andrew's mail call on building the Ultimate Matchbox car collection, my first channel, and here we are on the second channel. And then I wonder why I'm busy. 1979 Ford LTD sedan. I'm not going to go into the variants of what LTD means. If you know in your heart the original, exact, correct one, keep it to yourself. Because I'm just going to keep it to myself and not annoy you. There's the back. The theme for this one is vintage ad cars. I've seen a few of these in my shops and I've bought every one of them. Never saw this sucker. And in fact, on that subject, and we are now, every single thing, almost every single thing Andrew sent me was something I either had never seen or couldn't get hold of. Isn't that amazing? The only few, and the tray is still behind me, there were about 6 Hot Wheels mainline castings that I'd already had before, and I opened them on like a show I did on Matchbox police cars, the first one I did, and they all appeared and got ripped open. So apart from that, I don't know how many cars Andrew sent me. Wild guess 3 dozen. It was incredible. There were only like 4 or 5 things I'd already gotten my mitts on. Incredible. What are the odds? As we peel open yet another beautiful green light. No need to be careful with the packaging. That goes into recycling. Oh, look at this. Wow. Big slab of a car, isn't it? These wheels remind me of what the Latinos, that they get hold of cars like this and make them bounce, don't they? Lowriders. I don't know if every lowrider can bounce, but they're all on crazy hydraulic systems, and yeah. Wouldn't want one, but I enjoy seeing the artwork or the art form of that kind of thing. It's amazing what people do to their cars. Very, very cool car. 80s America. So nice. So nice. That'll go well with my Lincoln Continentals. One more for today, I think. One more, and we'll do this one. This is a strange little sucker for me, because when I hunt green light, I hunt big American cars, and to see this in the lineup just looks a bit weird. I joked with my wife after the initial mail call video that it reminded me of we're in China, of all places. We're in Shanghai, and I was complaining to my wife. Wife's to be complained to, let's face it. Get things off your chest, you tell your wife. I was complaining to my wife that it'd been too long since I'd had red meat, because China does white meat and vegetarian, lovely food, but if you're like your red meat, you miss it. And she got on the phone and Googled something or other, and that night we ate at a Texas restaurant. I forget the name of the place, but it was touted as a Texas restaurant. And I went in hopeful. Stupid Tyrone went in hopeful. And yes, we got a steak, but I'm not sure what animal it was from. 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit. In hot pursuit, Greensboro Police Department, Greensboro, North Carolina. Not sure, folks. Just not sure. Great looking car, but not sure. Collect the whole series. There you have it. Actually, the steak reminded me of Walt Disney did a cartoon decades and decades ago, and it was they were depicting a really poor family, and Goofy was at the head of the table slicing the Sunday roast, and everyone ran into the dining room because they were so excited that it was Sunday and it was the big meal of the week. And he cut it so thin that it floated through the air, and it was sort of translucent. But there it is. The North Carolinian Volkswagen. Trippy little car, because that's a huge light bar. Trippy little car. A large amount of detail. Quality built, although they, being green light, sometimes they put a bit of goo in the production line. But stunning amount of detail. Car itself is cute as a button, but Shall I even try? Shall I? Just can't help himself, can he? Oh, there you go. The famous East-West engine. Not a political reference. It is strange the first time you see it. If you're used to the big American cars where the engine is facing forward, and then you pop the bonnet on one of these little things and the engine is orientated left to right rather than front to back, it throws you for a second. You wonder how on earth they got that to work, and yet they did. That's nice. Not as a North Carolinian car. Spell phonetically in the comments if you wish. How do you say if you are a native of North Carolina? Am I just being silly? Is it North Carolinian? No, that doesn't make sense. Educate me, people. Yeah, there we have it. It almost feels ripe for a customization, doesn't it? Put Polizei on the side. In fact, I think Greenlight did release this as a Polizei, which makes absolute sense. You would think it's underpowered as a police car, but I was in Prague maybe 15 years ago, maybe more. No, about 15 years ago, and they had little larders that looked similar to this. Yep, awesome. So that's round one of, what do we call this? Rip everything open. Let's open everything. I'll get it right. I'll declare it in the title and bring the remaining, who knows how many, almost into shot as a teaser for next week. Brilliant. Thanks to Andrew of New York State for these lovely gifts. There are so many to show you, and we'll get right on with it next week. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.